Drag his body back in the water, but he was already gone before they got to the beach.
It is the third such attack in the area over the past 10 years. Tribute last night in Nashville to George Jones.
The boss says, come winner.
A parade of country superstars in the event at Bridgestone Arena, originally intended to be a George Jones retirement show. Jones passed away in April. He was 81. This is CBS News.
For the past 20 years, I started every day smoking, and I know how hard it is to quit. So if you or someone you love wants to quit smoking or has to quit smoking, try Smoke Remedy.
The cravings just went away. I used it every day, and now I don't smoke.
Smoke Remedy comes in an easy-to-use spray bottle, and when you get the urge to smoke, spray Smoke Remedy into your mouth to get rid of that craving.
Since I've quit, I'm saving hundreds of dollars every month.
Smoke Remedy contains FDA-regulated homeopathic medicines that can stop your cravings for smoking and get rid of your desire to smoke. Smoke Remedy has no chemicals, no taste, and absolutely no side effects.
I am astonished that this simple spray helped me to quit smoking.
Try Smoke Remedy. It comes with a money-back guarantee. You will either quit or you'll get your money back.
Go to SmokeRemedy.com and save 20%. That's SmokeRemedy.com. SmokeRemedy.com. SmokeRemedy.com.
Good morning, Delaware 105.9 News Time is 8:04. Wednesday, Worcester County Sheriff's Office deputies, along with Maryland State Troopers and Berlin police officers, responded to 10,439 Assateague Road in Berlin for a physical domestic complaint. According to deputies, an argument had escalated into a physical altercation between a woman and a man. Further investigation revealed signs of physical injury to the victim's chest and neck area. David Lee Joyner was arrested and charged with second-degree assault. Joyner is being held at the Worcester County Jail without bond. Friday afternoon, the Milford Police Department Criminal Division, with the assistance of Harrington Police Department, arrested and charged a Harrington man in connection with a 2-week-long investigation. 24-year-old Andre Waters was charged with numerous drug offenses. Waters was taken into custody on Milford-Harrington Highway by Milford police detectives and Harrington police during a traffic stop. He was in possession of 976 bags of heroin, 24.4 grams in total, and an undisclosed amount of cash. Waters was committed to SCI in default of $80,200 cash bond. State health officials have reported the first flu case this year in Sussex County. The Division of Public Health says a preschool-aged girl from the Seaford area was confirmed to have the flu, making her the fourth such person to contract the disease this year in Delaware. Public health officials encourage you to get a flu shot to protect yourself from the flu. An attorney representing 3 men detained by Wilmington police has filed a federal lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the city's stop and frisk practices. The complaint filed Thursday claims Wilmington police have been illegally handcuffing, transporting, searching, and imprisoning people based solely upon unreasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed. The police department declined comment. Delaware law allows police to stop and question people if they have a reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Police also can detain people for further questioning for up to 2 hours if they don't answer questions to the officer's satisfaction. The lawsuit, which seeks class action status, challenges Wilmington's police department's implementation of the state statute and says the law does not allow police to routinely handcuff and take people into the police station during investigative detection. Taking a look at sports in a game last night, football playoffs continue. St. George's 10, Woodbridge 37-21. And the other game, Middletown over Caesarani 43-22. Tonight, 7 o'clock, the pregame show, 7:30 for kickoff, as Dover goes up against Louisiana. You can hear that game. Gary Schofield right here. Delaware playing this afternoon. They'll take on Villanova at 3:30. The women from Delaware in action tomorrow at Ryder. And then on Monday, it's an upstate, downstate battle in basketball, men's basketball, Delaware against Delaware State. And there you go. That's what's going on with that. Taking a check of the forecast from Alan Daniels. In the Weather Center, partly sunny, breezy, cooler today, a high of 53. Partly cloudy, breezy, colder tonight, 27. Tomorrow, partly sunny, windy, colder, 36. Tomorrow night's low down to 16. And then mostly sunny and cold on Monday, 39, and we may have a nor'easter moving in here on Tuesday. So right now, 44 in Laurel. It's 39 in Milford.
Okay, Colin, tell me when we're ready.
Go for it. You're on.
All right, everybody. Jim Weller here, and we are live in Harrington, Delaware. You're listening to Weller Does Delmarva, and it's a little chilly out, but we are right on the corner of Gordon Road and Route 13 on the southbound lane. And there's a huge auction getting ready to start here at 9 o'clock. So they got a food vendor here selling food. Arby's is right next door, too. There's like 50 vehicles here. There's trailers full of all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot to see here. It's Roop's Automotive. Dave Roop is retiring and wants to sell everything. There's cars, there's antique cars, there's parts, there's tools, there's automotive manuals. There's all kinds of things here. So if you are out and about and you would like to go to a really fun, exciting auction, Herb Kenton is the auctioneer. What you bid is what you pay. There's no extra fees or anything like that. Like I say, there's a rollback here. There's scooters here. There's a lot of stuff. I want to hit my newest sponsor. This is Weller Does Delmarva. It's a show that Colin Walls and myself pay for each week. So if you're listening and you say, well, I'd like to be on the show, I'd like you to cover an event we have going on or something like that, let us know. Give me a call, 337-7300. We can broadcast live on Delaware 105.9, which is what we're doing right now. We can also stream your event if you would like that. So we have a lot to offer you if you have something you're trying to sell, something you're trying to promote, something you got going on. Like I say, we went to 2 or 3 auctions lately, and we've had more people show up at the auction because they heard us on Delaware 105.9.
And when you say stream, you mean video, not
video.
Just audio. So
that's right. When it's all done, there'll be a video of it. So if you're listening and you want to see what things are going on here today, you can go to wellerdoesdelmarva.com now or later, and you can watch the show. The people we're going to interview and things like that will also be on. But I got a brand new sponsor, and I'm looking for sponsors. So if you're listening and you want to be part of this on the show or just have us talk about your business, we can do that. But this is a real good friend of mine, Rick Fowler from down in Georgetown. I've been dealing with Rick for like 24 years. So I was almost a teenager when I started. But No Nonsense Office Machines is our newest sponsor, so we want to say thank you to that. They're located 2 miles east of the Circle on Georgetown, out by Sports at the Beach Complex. And like I say, I've been dealing with Rick for about 24 years. He's been selling us copiers, servicing our copiers, and other office machinery. Recently, I purchased a new copier for my business, and he actually gave me another printer for my office, like a copier printer. He threw that in the deal at no charge. So he's a real good guy, honest, been around the community in business for about 30 years, taking care of small businesses. He has home computers. He also fixes all brands of computers and laptops and copiers. He also works on gaming consoles like Wii and Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to go if I needed something like that.
I didn't even know you could work on them. I thought
he does.
They were throwaway. That's
no,
cool.
He
Very
does
good.
work on them. No Nonsense also sells all name brands of things. I was talking to him about a new Samsung tablet I'm thinking about buying. So check him out if you would. He has free pickup and delivery on certain things. His hours are 8 to 5, Saturdays till noon, and he's even willing to meet you after hours if that's not convenient for you. So nothing but trying to please his customers, accommodate his customers. Phone number 856-7381, 856-7381. And as an added bonus, if you call him today, next week, whatever, and say, Rick, I got this or that, he will knock 25% off of labor if he fixes or repairs something for you.
Wow.
And that's as long as you say, I want the Jim Weller Does Delmarva special. So that's one of our sponsors. We also want to thank Wireless Zone in Milford. We couldn't do the show without them. They're in Milford. They're actually in Harrington, too.
Right up
so
right
if you
here.
come over here today to the auction, you can go right down the road and see them. Got a real nice store here in Harrington. They're also in Middletown. They provide us with internet for the streaming. They sell all kinds of things. If you got a cell phone and your plan isn't exactly what you think it should be, or you want something different or whatever, stop on in and they'll work with you and talk you through it. No high pressure. Very knowledgeable, friendly staff. So also our good friend Scott Fitzgerald, who owns the Glass Doctor in Lincoln. They've got all kinds of things going on there. I realize this is the time of year, if you have a stone chip in your windshield, you need to get it fixed. Because if moisture gets in there and then freezes, boom, you're going to wake up one morning with a busted windshield. Now, they can fix stone chips, but they also can sell you a windshield. They deal with insurance companies.
What does he say? I think he says if it's smaller than $1 bill,
something like that,
they can fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. So their phone number, this is Glass Doctor in Lincoln, 422-2783. Now, I'm looking for Herb Kenton. I'm going to get him on here. Herb, we're looking for you. But anyway, he is the auctioneer, and so he'll be here in a minute.
So your copier guy here.
Yep, come around. Copier guy.
Yeah.
Have a seat. Here he comes.
We'll get back
Rick
to that in a
Fowler.
little bit. I just want to talk about kind of the difference between dealing local as opposed to going somewhere else.
Big difference. All right, Herb, can we talk to you for a minute? Hold the mic. Talk right into it like it's a microphone.
Oh, that's easy to do.
Yeah. So, Herb, good morning. Welcome
Good morning,
to
Jimmy.
Weller Does Delmarva. You're on the internet. You're on the radio.
Good morning, folks.
Now, you're a local man.
Yes, sir.
Been around for a while.
Yeah, I've been auctioneering since 1979.
Have you really?
I started off at Wilson's, and I started holding up items, and one of the auctioneers had to excuse himself, and he says, how about if you fill in? And what seemed like 5 minutes, they said it was 2 hours later, he was behind me, and he approved of what I was doing, and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow.
So very neat.
Could a person hire you as an auctioneer? In other words, say they had an estate they want to settle or a
Absolutely. We're a family-run business, Auctions Unlimited. We're out of Felton, Delaware.
Your whole family's
my
in
wife and her sisters and brother and sister-in-laws and a lot of close friends. And we can be hired. We can come on your premises. We can do one. We can rent a fire hall or something like that. I'm highly sought after by other auction companies. I've probably sold for just about every auctioneer on the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
And so I'm like have gavel will travel.
Right.
Hired
Have
gun.
gavel will travel.
But
okay.
I enjoy going out, and it's been a great experience. The auction field is a good way to get rid of items, get a live bid that day.
Because when it's over, it's over that day.
It's over. They pay. You're done, and it's a done deal.
Right.
And
now, your family and all your people, they handle the money. They handle everything.
My wife and sister-in-law. We have two sisters-in-laws who are notary publics.
Oh wow.
My brother-in-law. They came out and numbered the cars, and they can handle all that. And two of my brother-in-laws are in the car business. One of them has East Coast Motors up the road, and another brother-in-law's with IG Burton.
Past the Canterbury Road.
Yes, you passed
on the right.
Has the big neon lights. This is East Coast Motors. The other brother-in-law works for IG Burton. He's their main man that goes to auctions and buys and sells, Mr. Dale Melvin. So, so we have a lot of family integrated in the car business. We love cars. We love seeing the old cars restored. We love the street rides, and it's just been in our blood, and the auction business has been very good to us.
Do you do the auction at the Street Rod Show up here in Harrington?
Yes, we do. We started that. I think this is going to be our 10th year. It's going to be the 25th year for the Street Riders, I think. I don't know if that's at the fairgrounds, but Mr. Roop will be talking about that later. We, you see the hype with Meekum and Barrett Jackson on TV, and we're I tell everybody, we're a little small man making a difference, but we would probably do it for nothing. We love cars that much. But, it's been an experience. I've sold cars from $5,000 up to $100,000 at the Street Rod Show. And, of course, those cars on the premises probably wouldn't even be accepted. One guy said, I don't care what anybody offered. I'm not selling my car. He said, not even $500,000,
Wow.
But, there's sentimental cars, and there's cars people will say, well, what's your not-for-sale price?
There's a dollar amount that makes you become less sentimental.
Exactly. And the bottom line is, if you throw a price out there, a not-for-sale price, you better be prepared to let it go, because there are people who can't get it out of their pocketbook quick enough, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. Now, another thing, I'm sure if some people are listening from Maryland, they come on over here to Harrington today, they're not going to have any sales tax to pay.
Exactly.
Just 6% savings, just crossing the line.
Exactly. And one thing we don't do, and some auctioneers, this is a debatable subject. I was brought up old school at Wilson's, and when a person bids $10, that's what you're going to pay today. We don't charge a buyer's premium.
Okay.
And that's a debatable subject. A lot of people say you're leaving money on the table, but the ones that do it and people accept it, hats off to them. This is how we're handling ours today.
So you're saying if somebody bids $100 for an item, they're going to pay $100?
Exactly.
No sales tax,
and no sales tax, no buyer's
Okay.
premium. And once it's sold, it's theirs, and they're responsible to locate, get it in their possession. So
Right.
that's,
I've heard auctioneers say if it disappears, it means you had a silent partner you didn't know about.
Exactly.
They
Once
had
they
the
sold,
silent
it changes ownership. Their silent partner took off with it.
So people come here. The auction starts at 9. Is there like 50 vehicles?
There's 55 vehicles here today. I
saw some scooters.
There's some scooters. There's a late model Honda, a couple zero-turn mowers. One of our highlighted items today, we have a 32 Plymouth sedan. Okay. It comes out of Pennsylvania. And I think Mr. Roop has the original title from 1932 when that vehicle was sold brand new. The 72
You were just a
Mach
teenager
1.
then, weren't you?
I wasn't even thought of then.
What's the Mach 1?
The Mach 1. The Mach 1's a 72. It's made a few trips to Florida. I think Mr. Dave Roop and Donald Beecham have driven that car to Florida. It's not a matching numbers car, meaning it doesn't have the original motor, which would make one more desirable to a collector. But for a driver, that's a fabulous car to get into and drive.
It looks wonderful. Tell me about those motors over there. Are they going to be sold?
The motors are going to be sold. And Mr. Roop's a Ford man, but he has some Chevy engines in Plymouth. So the ones we have covered now, he was a little skeptical about us putting them out in the rain, but we did have them covered up, though.
All right.
We've got some 69 fastback shells. They're diamond in the rough.
Okay.
Some old Oldsmobiles and Plymouth Furies. There's something for the car enthusiast, and I'll tell you, this man had about every specialty tool that Mack and Snap-on made.
There's wagons and wagons and wagons of tools. Now, is this an absolute auction? This stuff's going to sell?
95% of it is. We have maybe 6 minimums today, and the rollback and these two cars. And I think
but I mean, like the tools, they're going to sell.
They're going to sell
like
regardless.
I see car batteries. So if somebody needs a car battery, today would be a day to get a deal on one.
Brand new car batteries he had inside there. All that's going to be absolute. Mr. Roop is going to be retiring after 30 years, and we're privileged to have him call us in to do this. And,
I would say.
And we have a great following. Mr. Sammy Walters is going to help me today. It's one of the auctioneers that I actually go help out from week to week. We're probably 52 weekends in a year, and I'd say in the mid-40s is how many auctions we do a year. Not to mention charity auctions for churches.
Also?
Yes, work construction during the week in my spare time. Yeah.
Oh, so this is like your second job.
Second or third.
Second or third, but it keeps you busy.
My wife keeps me busy. Yes.
Wow. Well, very good.
She's the backbone of everything, and I attribute a lot of my success to my wife Debbie, and she's been.
You married up, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Tell us, how would somebody get a hold of you?
Well, they can call us at 302-245-3333. That's I use that cell as my business number.
302-245-3333.
3333.
That's a pretty good number.
It is.
How long you had that?
Many years with Alan down there at the beach area and Mike Simpler. They took care of me many years ago.
I'd say they did.
It's a kind of a catchy
245-3333. You got a website?
We do. It's DE@auctionsunlimited.com.
So more or less Delaware.
Yep.
At auctionsunlimited.com.
Yes.
Okay, so you're for hire. If somebody wants an auctioneer, if somebody has stuff they want to sell, if somebody's trying to settle an estate, if you just maybe have a bunch of stuff and you really don't know if you do want to auction it, do you come and meet with people and say, well, look, if you want this much, I don't think you're going to get it? Or
absolutely.
Do you have a feel? I guess you would if you work with other auctioneers and stuff. In other words, you probably have an extremely good feel of the market.
Absolutely. Now, I've been to the appraisal school with Missouri Auction School and all that, and some of it's self-taught too.
Okay.
But I will go out and do appraisals on automobiles, personal property, and all that. We sell real estate. I tell everybody we sell the earth and everything that's on it.
Wow.
Everything from pencils to pianos.
Really?
But
how about animals? Would you sell emus?
I would sell emus.
Okay, alpacas.
I've sold a lot of stuff.
I got my eye on them.
Oh, do you really?
Well, there's these auctions out in Ohio, and I'm like, how am I going to get them things home from Ohio?
Well, there's people that transport.
There is.
No.
So I see nuts, I see bolts, I see car parts, I see battery chargers, I saw torches, I think I saw a tire machine. I have to tell you something else I saw that's kind of neat. How you doing? I saw a thing that you hook a water hose to it, and I guess it makes the air cooler.
That's an air cooler. Yeah, you put them in the shop. It puts out a mist. So if you're in an area where there's not air conditioning, you're working in a humid area where it's hot, it kind of blasts out a mist of coolness.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a very neat thing. Not today. Now, last Sunday.
Not today, no.
But now there's something here for everybody in the automotive field. And after 30 years of accumulation, Mr. Roop really accumulated a lot of stuff on this little small piece of real estate.
He did, didn't he? Who's your food vendor here?
My food vendor, Chris, he comes to the Delaware Street Rod Association. He also has 5 or 6 trailers at the Delaware State Fair. And I think you'll see him up at Watson's and other locations. And if anybody's interested today, Chris is available for hire at different events.
Oh, so you can have him to your own event if you're
listening. Absolutely.
Okay. And what else? Anything else you want to point out? What else did I see over there? The wagons. Are they your wagons?
2 of them are.
Okay.
A lot of farmers help us out on wagons. If we're in a town, the farming industry, there's a good group of gentlemen, and without the farming, we can't eat.
That's right.
One lady says she buys her
food
food in a can.
And you're bothered that it's moving slow.
Right.
Don't do it with a mouthful of food.
Just remember, everybody says, they want to tag a farmer for driving down the road. Well, you get your food from a can. Well, the farmer had to grow it first.
That's right.
But no, we go into a lot of different towns, a lot of different farming communities, and if we need a wagon, they're always there.
But I guess what I'm wondering is, let's say a person had a building full of stuff. Are you the one who would get the wagons, have the people set it all out? Do you do all of that?
Exactly. Now, if a person wants to do that on their own, we don't discourage that.
Okay.
But we know in the auction field, we know how to get it set up. We know what should go where and about.
So if I just had a building full of stuff, I could call you up and say, Herb, I don't care how you do it. Just get me $1 million for this pile of junk.
Exactly.
I meant for these jewels. And, yeah, I'll be happy. So.
Well, just like when I buy something, my wife says the first
he
thing
thought
she
you wanted
says,
$2 million. Okay. Dave's saying he'd be happy with $1.5 million. So anyway, but that's how we do it. We just tell you how much you want us to raise for us.
Exactly.
And then the bidders, you just got to keep them raising their hands.
Right. My wife reminds me all the time when I go to work for other auctioneers. She says, "You're there to make money, not spend it."
That's true.
And when I bring something home, her first words are, "How much can you sell that for?"
Yeah, my wife's first words are, "Don't bring another thing in my house."
Exactly.
In other words, you can put it anywhere else you want, leave it in your truck, but I don't want another thing that you got a good deal on inside my house. All right, anything else you want to say?
Well, I just want to say it's a privilege to have Mr. Roop to have us here today, and we're going to do him a fine job. We have a lot of following. Mr. Sam Waters will be here with me. The Street Rod Association, when we do that auction, don't forget, you can buy a car from $5,000 if anybody's budget. So we're just excited about today. It's a little windy and cool, but I'd rather see that than rain. And we want to thank you for having us on. And Mr. Dave Roop's going to come up here in
a little bit.
30 years.
Will you let people pay retail if they want to?
They sure can. Sometimes that does
so they're
happen.
allowed to pay retail.
There's no friends at auction today, so you can bid against your brother. You can bid against your neighbor. It does not matter. Just keep your hand up if you don't think it's bringing enough money.
Right. You'll tell them.
Absolutely.
In other words, you have like a built-in internal mechanism where you'll protect somebody from overspending.
Exactly. And sometimes husband and wife need to hold hands,
Right. That's right. Sometimes a wife and husband are bidding against each other.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you my card so you can watch yourself later.
Folks, Jimmy Weller does Delmarva, a good gentleman, a good business person, and we appreciate you having us on
thanks
here.
for having us.
All right, Mr. Dave Roop.
No, we're going to have him at 8:35.
I guess Mr. Zeb's coming up.
Well, no, we just need one of the two at 8:35. Okay. All right, thank you, Herb. That was Herb Kenton, Auctions Unlimited. So if you ever need an auctioneer, give him a call. I want to hit a couple more sponsors. Are you doing all right over here?
I'm doing great. How are you
It's
doing?
freezing, isn't it?
That ain't bad. I don't
It
think
ain't
it's bad.
bad.
At all. No.
You're not bald.
No. But you got a hat on.
I got a hat on. It's like a solar panel up there, keeping the solar panel cool. So anyway, I got a couple other sponsors that I did want to mention. My good friend here, Colin Walls. Walls Service Center opened this morning.
That's right.
So what, noon
8
today?
to noon, that's right.
8 to noon. So if you haven't checked. Now, this would be a good time to check the air pressure in your tires. When it gets cold like this, air pressure usually drops a little bit.
And our guys love to come out.
Especially today.
Right, in the real cold and the wind. They love going outside and checking air in tires.
Yeah.
So
if you're in the Milford area, you're right downtown Milford. You're kind of next to the new arenas by Bicentennial Park.
That's right.
Across from Abbott's Grill. Walls Service Center, third generation, been there since what, 1957?
1958, yep.
I get that wrong.
We've been in that building since 68, and our
Okay.
original building was where the senior center is, kind of behind it now in their parking lot.
All right.
That was the original building. But you know what else a cold day makes you think of?
Hot chocolate.
Check your antifreeze.
Oh, that's right.
Stop by, free antifreeze check. We'll just
you'll just stop what you're doing and check their antifreeze?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's mighty nice of you.
Yep. Don't stop here. Stop.
Oh, that's
at my
right.
Shop.
Come to the auction to buy things, but if
That's
you want
right.
your antifreeze check, go to Walls Service Center in Milford.
That's right.
All right. Now, the other thing I want to mention again is Glass Doctor in Lincoln. Again, our good friend Scott Fitzgerald. I mentioned him earlier. He wants me to also make sure people know if you want to get your wife a nice gift for Christmas, get her a new shower enclosure, a nice glass shower enclosure. And then you can decide whether it's frosted glass or clear glass, okay? Especially if you're the one buying it for her.
If you watch on like HGTV and you see all these fancy showers, they can do that.
What's that?
All on the like home improvement channels.
Oh,
on
right.
TV.
Meaning Glass Doctor can make those enclosures.
Exactly. They can make stuff like that. I mean, I always wonder where do you get that stuff done?
That's true. I wouldn't know who to call for that either.
Right.
So, yep. So give Scott Fitzgerald a call. It's 422-2783. Then we got Weller's Utility Trailers. That's my business. We're right on Route 13 in Bridgeville. My guys are there. No, we're not open yet. We don't open until 9. I let them sleep in just a little bit on Saturday. Normally we open at 8 o'clock, but Saturday it's 9 o'clock. And today we want to sell some trailers. Even if you don't want to buy any, just stop in, act like you do, talk to them, kick the tires, get them to go through all the sales pitch with you. And we trade in things. And people say, what do you trade in? I don't want anything I got to feed, not animals or children, okay? But we trade in things like golf carts, four-wheelers, motorcycles, dirt bikes, trailers, travel trailers, washers and dryers as long as they work, furniture, all kinds of crazy stuff, because then I take it to Weller's Red Barn, which is on Route 16 in Ellendale, and people say, when in the world is that place open? Every time I go by, it's closed. It's open once a month. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to work ourselves too much. We're open the first Friday and Saturday of every month. And it's called Weller's Red Barn. It has a website that's actually called Weller's Red Barn. If you have any questions about that, the phone number is 422-7336. So remember, you're watching us here on the internet at WellerDoesDelmarva.com. If you're not watching and you're riding and you're listening on Delaware 105.9, but you can go back later if you wanted to see what Herb Kenton looked like. He was sporting a very nice hairdo today. We're going to have Dave Roop up in a little while, and I think even Zeb Zebley is going to be here, another auctioneer from.
I recommend listening to us on the radio while you're driving, not watching us on the internet while.
That's
driving.
a very good point. That's a very good point. So anyway, it's Weller Does Delmarva. It's a show that Colin Walls and I do every Saturday morning, and we're looking for sponsors. So if you say, well, Jim, how affordable is it? It's very affordable, but it's not free. So it's right next to free, but it is affordable. So we're going to take a commercial break here. Hi, how you doing? We're going to take a commercial break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and then we're going to talk to Dave Roop, the man who has had this business for all these years, good local businessman. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're still on the internet, right?
We are.
Okay, folks, so we are here in Harrington. If you're watching or listening, this is Saturday. What's today's date? The 23rd of November, 2013. In case you're watching the show later, we're at a huge auction, like 50-some vehicles. I saw a rollback. There is a whole garage full of equipment, like automotive tools. I saw a generator. I saw a couple generators in there. I saw a tire machine, all kinds of snap-on tools, automotive manuals. There is just farm wagon and farm wagon and farm wagon full of stuff. All the way around this building is stuff for sale.
If you want advice on how to park cars, I believe Mr. Roop could give you very good advice.
Yes, because he had this place full.
That's right.
For all these years.
Full.
Yep. So anyway,
always a lot going on here.
Yep. He's retiring, gonna enjoy life. It's been enjoyable, I'm sure, being in business, because that keeps your blood pressure flowing when you own a business, doesn't it?
Keeps it nice and high.
Keeps it nice and high. Yep. So, but they got a food vendor here, big auction. So if you're watching or listening, get on out here now. There's no buyer's premium. If you bid $50, you're going to pay $50. No additional charge there. So it's right here live, November 23rd in Harrington. We are right on the corner of Gordon and Route 13 South, if you have an interest in coming to this auction. So we're going to be here until 9 o'clock. We do our show till then. So you're watching Weller Does Delmarva on the internet, and I'm going to have Dave Roop on here in just a few minutes, and he's going to talk about some different things. And then, again, if you want to come to the auction. But also, we are always looking for sponsors of the show. So this is what we do. We come to events. We went to this auction. We went to an auction up at the Delaware Ag Museum. We talked to Butch Emmerich last weekend about some townhouses he was selling. We're getting around, aren't we?
We are.
So we like to cover events. We would prefer them now if you have an event in Florida or somewhere nice and warm and sunny.
Bahamas.
And the Bahamas.
Would be great.
In other words, if you want to get us there, Gosh, we might have to fly if we're going to the Bahamas. I guess we could take a cruise. But anyway, if you have an event kind of anywhere, we are open-minded. If we can get to the internet, we can get you exposure. So it's Weller Does Delmarva every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 live on Delaware 105.9. And then we have the other business called Catch It Live. And what that is it's a live streaming business. And we got a lot of interesting things going on with that too. So let's say you're having a surprise Christmas party. Or not a surprise Christmas party because you know Christmas is coming, but a surprise birthday party, or
surprise wedding,
a surprise wedding, or a funeral would probably be a surprise. But if you have something that you want streamed, or if you have a business that you would want us to cover things and stuff, Dave, if you want to sit down, you can sit down. Oh, okay. I'm just killing time on the internet here, but that's Dave Roop. He's going to be on with us about 2-3 minutes when we go back on the air. So Delaware 105.9 is where we broadcast from. But we are looking for work. So like we are streamers looking for work, I guess. So we can help you promote your business, Let's say you got a business, and I saw a business the other day. I am going to call them. It's Millsboro Automart. I really think they should consider hiring us for their grand opening. They're building a new facility, and I think we could go down there and we could highlight the facility, meet the staff, interview the staff, talk to them, and really help get them exposure. Because the nice thing about the streaming is when we leave, you can have it. We can put it on a jump drive, or you could just get the embed codes and put it right on your website.
And also, if you have a website that you're really trying to promote, you can.
Yes.
We can do the video, embed it right in there live, so you can drive people to your website at the time that it's live.
That's true. There's a lot of people here. I'm going to have to stay for this auction, I think. I'm forbidden to buy another thing at auction, but I can't remember if that started at the first of the year or if she meant today. But anyway, want to remind you my Red Barn. Weller's Red Barn is on Route 16 in Ellendale. It is open the first Friday and Saturday of every month. So that would be the first time there's a Friday and a Saturday. So it's not the first Saturday, but the first Friday and Saturday of every month. It's right on Route 16 in Ellendale. It's a big red barn with a white roof, and we're open on Friday from 8 to 5 and Saturday from 8 to 2. Any questions? Phone number is 422-7336. Another thing, if you got a bunch of stuff you want to sell and you want to just cut it loose, I am open-minded to buying things. I usually buy like tractor trailer loads where a guy will call up and say, there's $100,000 worth of merchandise for $7,000. Do you want it or not? Well, what's in there? I really don't know, but it came from this department store or that department store or something like that. That's what I usually buy. But what I'm saying is I am looking for bargains. So if you own a business, we can help you promote your business. If you just say, Jim, I want you to buy all my inventory or half my inventory, we do that kind of stuff. But we just have a lot going on. Then I want to jump over to another thing Colin Walls does is the bringmegas.com.
Right.
Normally during the summer, I would describe that as you bring people a gas tank full of propane for their gas grills so they don't have to be bothered with carting it around.
That's right. And we also do grill repairs and clean grills.
Okay.
Full steam cleaning.
But towards the winter, it takes a little bit of a different turn. Would you agree with that?
I would agree.
Okay. So in the winter, what he's saying is, let's say that you use propane for your gas stove or something, and you don't use a lot of it. The propane company you deal with is going to charge you a fee for the use of the tank because you're not buying enough propane. Colin's basically saying you can buy this somewhere else or you can buy it from him. You can buy a 100-pound propane tank. He's got new ones and refurbished ones. You buy the tank. The tank's now yours, so you can do what you want with it, deal with who you want. And then he will bring you, when you need gas, he will bring you another 100-gallon tank, 100-pound tank, and then pick yours up. You don't have to be bothered with it. You have no minimum fees, and you're a little more in control of the cost of what you're going to spend on propane. No surprises. It's not like the delivery guy showed up today, and now you got a bill on the door, and you were like, oh, man, I really wasn't ready for that today or wasn't expecting it.
We're coming back on the air.
We're coming back on the air. Dave, if you could sit down, I'd appreciate it. We're going to give you a mic and have you talk into it. We're going to go right back on the radio here in just 1 second. I'm going to give you our card in case you want to watch yourself later. Go to Weller Does, and you can see it. All right, folks, Jim Weller here. We are live. You're hearing us on Delaware 105.9, but we are right here at an auction in Harrington that's getting ready to start at 9 o'clock. There is probably a good 100, 150 people here already. This is Dave Roop sitting here next to me, so if you're watching at Weller Does Delmarva, you can see him. Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, I need you to talk right into the
Oh, I'm
mic.
doing
That's
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
They can hear you better when you're on the mic. But anyway, you're retiring.
I'm trying to, yes.
Okay, how long you been in business?
Be 30 years April.
Wow, you were just a teenager when you started.
No, I wish I was.
I wish you was. So anyway, so this is an auction basically saying, hey, I'm going to retire, or at least I hope to anyway.
Basically, it's everything I've collected in 30 years.
Wow, and it's quite a collection. I see a Mach 1. Was that a Plymouth?
32 Plymouth.
32 Plymouth. Yeah. Wow, I see a conversion van. I see is that a Cadillac over there?
Yeah, I look at a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Corvette.
You're selling the rollback too?
Yeah.
Okay, and a Corvette. And what's the Toyota? You got a really rare low mileage Toyota.
It was my mother's car. My father bought it for my mother before he died. He died in 2005. It's got 35,000 on it, and around 35,000.
Right.
I put most of that on myself.
Wow.
So it's really a great car.
Wow, very clean.
Four-cylinder,
nice.
four-door,
Yep.
Camry.
So if you're listening today and you say, I really need a good car, but I hate buying one, I don't know anything about it, you can come here and you can talk right to the man who owns it, who's driven it. If you didn't drive it, your mother or father drove it, and you kind of know the scoop on it. He's a mechanic, so it's been well maintained. Now, I see all kinds of tools here. These are all your tools and everything.
All my tools, manuals, everything. Of course, I quit using manuals about 5-10 years ago because it all went to the computer. But I have manuals, old manuals, not just the new cars.
So a person could probably buy those, put them on eBay, and maybe even make some money.
They probably could.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a big auction. I think this thing's going to be here most of the day. It starts at 9.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
It starts at 9. And you can come here. You can get a bargain. And one thing I liked about what Herb had to say is, if you bid $10 or $110, you're going to write a check for $10 or $100. What you bid is what you're going to pay.
No buyer's premium.
Yeah, and I go to a lot of auctions. It's just a little hard for me to always remember. Yeah. I'm bidding along, and then I'm like, oh man.
I got another 10 or 15 cents.
Right, I got it. Yeah.
You don't have that here.
Yeah, and if you're coming from Maryland, you're going to save another 6% because there's no sales tax here in Harrington. We got food right here. Also, there's a Arby's right next door, so it's right on the corner, Route 13 South and Gordon Road. Find a place to park. Don't park in the neighbor's front yards or anything like that. But this is going to be a great auction. So we encourage you to come on out, stop on out. It's going to start at 9. Go in the building, get your number. Did I see some dealer tags, like real low number tags?
You've seen two low dealer tags, right?
Was it 3?
These
373?
73 and 74, I think.
Oh, right in sequence. Okay.
Right.
Wow,
right.
And they're going to be sold.
They're going to be sold.
Okay. And was there a motorcycle tag too?
That I don't know anything about.
Okay.
That's somebody else's.
Okay. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff here. Now, are you selling the property, or are you just going to keep that?
No, I'm renting the property.
Renting the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Renting the property.
Right.
No, not selling it.
All right. Anything else you want to tell people? What are you going to do with yourself now?
Oh,
all your friends that are listening.
As you know, I'm still president of Southern Delaware Street Rod, so
that'll keep you busy.
I can get more involved with that and do more things for them.
Okay.
And of course, we have our show at the end of June every year. I think
right down here at the fairgrounds.
27th and 28th of June. I think that's the right date.
How many cars are at that?
Well, I'm hoping that we had. The most we ever had was over 1,400. I'd like to get back up to that. Since the recession, we've fallen down a little bit. We need to get back. It's also our 25th year out there.
Okay.
So we hope to do something a little bit differently, to get more people out there, but we just haven't gotten the preparation yet.
So it's the Delaware Street Rod Association? Southern Delaware Street Rod Association.
Yep.
And people can look them up on the web, I'm sure. And so you're the president of that?
Yep, for the last... I could say about 10 years.
Wow. So they let you work as hard as you want?
Well, I work hard.
So that goes without saying, huh?
Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to let everybody know?
I don't know. Just come on out and take a look at what I have. And mostly everything. I will tell you what's wrong with these cars. They need work. Bring lots of money.
Lots of money.
This is my retirement, man. This is my retirement. And I'll tell you what's wrong with the cars. If they're okay, I'll tell you they're okay. And if there's like a head gasket or something they need, I will let you know that also.
So you're saying if they come out today, whether it's a tool or a car or whatever, they can actually talk right to you?
Talk right to me.
You'll tell them
and I'll tell them if I don't know about it, I'm going to tell them I don't know. It's your choice. Okay. But I will let you know. Well, I don't want anybody to be stuck or anything like that.
Right.
I would be, as far as what I know about it.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being on with us. Enjoy your retirement. And if you see Zeb Zebley, we're ready for him. Come right on around. So, folks, I'm going to hit another couple of our sponsors real quick. While Zeb's getting over here, we want to thank Wireless Zone. They have 3 locations. They have a store in Milford. They have one in Harrington right up the road here. You could stop by there. They also have one in Middletown. They are a Verizon premium retailer. Then I mentioned my good friend Scott Fitzgerald owns the Glass Doctor in Lincoln. Phone number there, 422-2783. And I want to go back to my copier guy and give him a good plug. Rick Fowler, I've been dealing with him myself. Weller's has for over 24 years. He's on the Lewis Georgetown Highway. It's called No Nonsense Office Machines. And if you talk to Rick, deal with Rick, you'll know real quick he's a no-nonsense type guy. He's been serving the community for about 30 years. The one thing I mentioned earlier that was surprising to myself and Colin is that he actually works on gaming consoles like Wii or Xbox or whatever. They sell all name brands of computers. They can custom build a computer also if you want, or if you want one for business or for gaming, they can help you with all of that. The other thing is they're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, Saturdays till noon. They even offer after-hours appointments, so if those hours aren't convenient for you, he can meet with you. His phone number is 856-7381. Now, I'll tell you, I haven't seen this, but he has a dog named Thumper, and evidently Thumper has a dollar bill trick. You'll be amazed. He says he collects the money from customers and brings back their change. So, in other words, I almost need to go down there and buy something. But the one thing I did want to let you know is he said, give him a special, and I'm picking this special, and I hope it's a good one for him. But if you mention Jim Weller, Weller Does Delmarva, Delaware 1059, whatever, he'll give you 25% off of any labor if you need something fixed, repaired, maintained, or whatever. But I didn't know it. He's a Samsung dealer also. We just bought a new copier, and it's a Samsung copier. And real good quality. I have a Samsung phone, and I'm like, well, do you sell Samsung tablets? And he's like, yes, we do. I had no idea.
He's a Samsung dealer.
He's a Samsung dealer. So give him a call, Rick Fowler, 856-7381. Even if you don't need anything, call him up, tell him you heard him on Weller Does Delmarva, and that we did a pretty good job of talking good about him because he's a good guy. All right, my next guest is another auctioneer involved with a big auction up in Felton, Zeb Zebley, correct?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Jim.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Weller Does Delmarva. I'm going to give you a card so you can go watch yourself later.
All right.
All right, but you're on the internet as well as on Delaware 1059. So tell us, who are you, where are you from, how you doing, and what's going on?
Well, I'm doing great. What a beautiful day the Lord has given us today.
No doubt. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Zeb Zebley. I am a partner at the Delaware Auto Exchange.
Now that's right up in Felton.
That's right up in Felton. We are a public and dealer auto auction. And what's unique about us, and one thing I was excited about today to come on and talk to you guys, is Eastern Sussex is growing.
Yes, it is.
And it's growing by leaps and bounds with new folks coming into the area. Because if you're a local, you know where we are.
Right.
And if you were
And if
you're
you're
really
not local,
a local,
you wish you lived here.
Yeah, that's right. And if you are local, years ago, I don't know, when I was a kid, we used to go. My dad used to take me to Dover School Shop, and I used to go by the old auction house, and there was a great big cow on top of the sign. A lot of people remember that. And Mr. Chester Carroll, who started that, sold cows and horses and ducks and rabbits and anything, you know. But then he went into cars in the mid '80s, and he had bigger dreams and aspirations, and he sold and ended up. My partner Ron Faison ended up acquiring it from the second owner in 1995, and I came on board as his partner 4 years ago, and just changed up a little bit of the way things were done, and done a lot of improvements to the property, and I was brought on to bring in a lot new accounts to keep the car flow going. So
this is an auction, though. I understand that the general public can go there and buy a car.
Yeah, that's the unique thing is we're one of about 5 in the Mid-Atlantic area where you as the public buyer can come in and stand right next to a dealer and bid. And that's, most auto auctions.
You're usually going to get a deal because the dealer's not going to pay no more than he has to.
Exactly. Most auto auctions are closed to dealers only. And we're one of we're a small auction. We run about 300 cars a week. It changes every week.
Now, is it every Thursday?
Every Thursday. Every Thursday except, like Thanksgiving week coming up upon us. We're going to have a Wednesday night sale.
And is there one night a month where there's free food?
Absolutely. You know about food, don't you?
Well, I've heard the rumors.
Yeah.
So anyway, what night is that?
The last Thursday of the month, year-round, we started this a couple years ago. It's our customer appreciation night. Ron is from Carolina.
So is this Wednesday going to be customer?
This Wednesday night we're having a Thanksgiving dinner.
So if a person is listening and saying, I've never been to this auction, it's worth coming for the food.
That's exactly right. You took my next thought. What I want to do to your listeners is encourage you. If you've heard us, seen us on 16 with our crazy commercials, heard us on several radio stations that we advertise on, and you've been curious about it, come on up. And if you come to last Thursday month, we're going to fill your belly with a free dinner.
There's no charge to park.
No charge
to get in.
No registration necessary. You can come in, have a meal.
Do
have
you
a
let
cup
people
of coffee.
buy all they want?
Absolutely.
So, like, if a guy just went crazy and said, "I'm just going to buy 2 or 3 cars tonight," he's allowed to.
That's exactly right. It's wholesale buying. Again,
do you give them a T tag when they buy a car?
Absolutely. If you're a public buyer, you come in.
They can drive away if they are properly insured. And
if you got proper insurance on something else currently, we need a proof of a current insurance card, copy of your license. You buy, you leave, and you got
take credit cards?
No payments. We do take credit cards.
So you're saying a person this Wednesday night
Yeah.
just literally could come up
Yes.
if they wanted to buy a nice vehicle or just see what it's like or just get it. And they can eat at no charge this particular Wednesday.
That's correct. Yep. And you can buy a car for wholesale price and drive out of there. And it's cool to see. I get pleasure out of my job. One thing I get pleasure out of is seeing people, they leave, they have no car payments, and they pay for wholesale dollars. But one thing I wanted to share with your listeners as well, especially people who have never been to visit us, we get everything. I've got cars from $500 all the way up to $40,000. Like just the other night, last Thursday night, for example, I had 6 bank repos, and banks repossessed. People go on their luck. The bank takes it, they give it to me, I sell it. But just to give you an idea of the high-end stuff we get, I had a 2012 Chevy Crew Cab LT package, 20-inch chrome wheels with 31K four-wheel drive Z71. It's sold. I had an 11 Ford Crew Cab with 39,000 miles, white, beautiful truck, Lariat, leathered up. It's sold. I had a 2011 Chevy Impala. I had a 2010 Ford Fusion, all with miles in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So I get everything from every budget, from the smallest budget. Obviously, when you get down into the lower budget,
a teenager going to college.
That's right.
Maybe you got a teenager that's coming home for Thanksgiving in Bennett College and wants to go home with a car. This would be a good Wednesday night to come up and check. Now, what times things get rolling?
We're open at 9. We're open we're closed on Mondays.
Okay.
Tuesday and Wednesday it's 9 to 5.
Are you saying Tuesday and Wednesday you come look at the cars?
Absolutely. You can start seeing what's coming in. Trucks are rolling in all day long.
So you can come before the auction and kind of look at them. You can't test drive them or nothing.
No, you can't.
Okay,
but
you look at them.
Yeah, you can look at them, you can touch them, you can feel them, and then we'll go on the auction.
I mean, they actually can take a VIN number and go do a Carfax if they want.
That's right. That's exactly right. Right there on their smartphone. Right on.
And so, but you're also saying there's not some high-pressure salesman hovering over them either.
None. No. It's
so they can come up Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yep.
Look around.
Yep. And all day Thursday as well.
Okay, but not this Thursday because Thanksgiving.
Right. On a normal business week, all day. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're open from 9 to 5. Thursday, we open at 9. We don't leave there until 10, 11 at night, so we work a double.
So what time's the auction start?
Auction starts at 6:30. But you can come in anytime all day and register. And as far as your public buyers, just let me explain real quick. Public buyer comes in, proof of insurance and an ID. You got to put down a $400 deposit, cash deposit. That gets you a bidder's badge. A lot of people go, why do you take a deposit? Well, years ago, we'd get some wise guys coming in there, bidding on cars, and they leave.
And they get in their car and leave.
If you come in and register and put $400 down, we know you're serious.
Right.
And there's not going to be no games played. If you don't buy anything, your money's given back.
It's also fair to everybody else that's bidding.
Absolutely, that's right.
In other words, you know what I mean. Yeah. If I bid on a car and then I find out, gee, it never even sold.
Yep.
It's kind of fair to everybody that's there.
That's exactly right.
Phone number?
Our phone number is we're in downtown Sunny Felton, right on Route 13, about 10 minutes north of the fairgrounds. Our phone number is 302-284-8250. And I encourage everybody, check out our website, DelawareAutoExchange.com. We have a text blast, and you can sign up. We do weekly text blasts. We're always giving promotions and prizes and games and kids, real kid-oriented with balloons and you name it, we do it.
So it's a family-friendly environment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And one other thing I want to tell you, one of the number one questions I get when people ask me about our cars, where the cars come from? Well, the cars come from primarily new car dealership trade-ins.
Saying I need to just move
if big dealership trades your neighbor's car and it's got 85,000 miles on an 05 whatever. Typically, a new car dealer, they like to have their new used car inventory 50,000 and under.
Right.
They bring a lot of dealers bring us the
car
auction.
could be in perfect condition.
Absolutely, well maintained. Exactly. So you just come on up. It's new car dealerships. It's wholesalers. It's private. If you're a listener, you got a car you want to sell, bring it up. We'll turn it into cash Thursday night.
Too.
So the public can buy or sell bank repos. That's a big thing.
Can I get one more thing real quick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ron Faison.
Yes.
His son.
Yeah, CJ.
CJ. A lot of people know him from the racing circuit.
Yes, absolutely. He is an aspiring NASCAR Cup driver and doing real well on a limited budget, of course, because it's an expensive hobby. But CJ, I know most of his fans, he's got a great fan following. It's Delaware-based because that's where he's from. He's a Salisbury Christian high school graduate. He's got the Lord in his heart. He's just a good kid, and he has got a desire to want to succeed in racing like no other. That kid's feet hit the floor 5 a.m. every day. At 20 years old, he works in that shop till 7, 8 at night. Our shop's down in Mooresville, North Carolina. And if you were up in Dover in the fall, I always used and I know you appreciate this, Jim. I always used it when I guess I would say I'm the spiritual advisor to CJ. We have a lot of conversations. And I keep saying he's the David and Goliath story because he's racing against the giants of racing.
Yeah, he is.
And we are a homegrown Delaware team, father and son owned. We have no employees per se except Mark McFarland, who used to drive for Earnhardt. He's our crew chief, and he is an employee. But David and Goliath story. He races the giants are racing. We went to Dover. We sat outside the pole. I mean, we're racing against Gibbs teams, Hendrick teams, Turner Scott Motorsports teams. We're racing against the big boys. The young man took the lead about lap 10 or 12, and he was checked out straight away ahead for 88 laps.
Wow.
Unfortunately, cut a tire, hit the wall, our day was over. But he proved to himself and everybody who naysayed him, kid's running 163 down the straightaway. He's got it.
Rolling.
He is marketable. He can talk and give an interview on a dime.
Yeah.
He's got a good heart.
Good mouth.
Good. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the way he talks on camera, off camera.
Yes, and it's sincere. It's not some cookie cutter created
right.
thing.
He's not
it's who he
struggling
is.
for words.
That's exactly
He's
right.
a family-friendly interview.
Yeah, if there's a sponsor out there, what better kid to have
even a local
you?
business could sponsor.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's sponsorships on all levels. I presume.
What's awesome about coming to Delaware, when we race Delaware, we got so much following and so much support. We're good in Delaware because we get money pouring
It's the
into
other
it.
tracks.
It's the other tracks.
But with the internet,
absolutely, yeah.
You know, if you got a business that does any internet business, you could put your website on the car.
That's right. That's exactly right. And he's he's got a lot of big things coming. He ran a couple truck races this year. Did very well for the equipment we were in. Again, when you're going in with subpar equipment,
right.
I don't care who you put in the truck. It's not gonna. Right. It's not going to be with the top 10.
Right.
But, no, he's doing good. I appreciate you bringing him up because he's like a second son to me.
He's impressed me.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to let you go.
All right. Jimmy, thank you, buddy.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Yep. Come see us.
Maybe I'll come up for the free food.
You got any used trailers? We'll sell trailers, boats, motorcycles. Bring
everything.
Them up.
All right. I'm going to bring you some sailboat fuel and see what you do with that.
Hey, I'm pretty good with that. I can sell anything.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. That was Zeb Zebley. So, Delaware Auto Exchange. Okay, Herb Kenton. Yep, today's auctioneer. So we are live at an auction in Harrington. There's a lot of people here, so get in your car and come on down. There's going to be some deals. What you bid is what you pay. It is live right now, November 23rd, 2013. You're listening to Weller Does Delmarva. We are broadcasting on Delaware 105.9. I want to say thanks a lot to Fran the man back at the studio. He's a big help to us. I think Norm is back there too. So there's just a lot going on. Now, what?
L&W.
L&W Insurance. I did want to mention them, man. Yeah. I'm almost
going
to miss the sponsor. Yes, L&W Insurance. I kind of like them a lot. I've been dealing with them, gosh, I don't even know how long, 20-plus years. I don't even shop my insurance, to be honest with you. I don't want them to know that. But anyway, I like L&W Insurance a lot. Bill Strickland owns it. Good friend of mine. You'll notice most of the people I deal with are a good friend of mine because I'm not going to deal with you long if we don't get along. But L&W Insurance, phone number 674-3500. They're right up in Dover. But serving all of Delaware, they've been in business about 60-plus years. They offer auto insurance. So if you're just listening, you say, well, let's give them a call and see. It's not going to cost you anything to see if you're getting a good deal or not on your auto insurance.
Okay,
questions.
Are they familiar with the new Obamacare stuff?
They're as familiar as they're allowed to be. Okay. In other words, if you were or are a customer, I as a commercial person, he holds seminars to educate his existing customers on the goods and bads of the Obamacare.
So he gives you all the information he has to let you know.
Yes. So, if you're dealing with an insurance company and they haven't had any seminars about Obamacare, you may want to think about, that. But the Obamacare thing's a whole other issue. And I mean, he'll educate you as best he can.
But that's one of the good
he's
things
really,
about him. He will educate you.
Yes, he will educate you, in other words. So, but I, as a customer, am like, wow, I've got other friends that have health insurance with another company, and I'm like, is your guy having seminars? And they're like, no, I have to call him. So it's all in who you want to deal with and what level of service you want because the price is the same everywhere. So L&W Insurance, good company to deal with, auto, home, health, life insurance, or even commercial coverage. You got a man here who wants to get on camera? Come right on in if you want. Oh, you get the number right in there. All right. I thought he was wanting us to interview him. Anyway, so I wanted to let you know that when you call during the day up at L&W, another thing I really like, is they answer the phone, and it's like a person, a human being that answers the phone. I really like that. So one of the largest independent agencies in Delaware. Here's something else I found. If you deal with an insurance company and they only sell one brand of insurance, just one brand, I won't name any names, you have to realize they're not an independent agent. They represent and work for that one brand of insurance. Now, L&W represents many brands of insurances. So when they get me a quote, they're working for me. They're shopping this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand. They're not required to sell only one brand of insurance. So keep that in mind, folks. Quotes are no charge, free quotes. If you just want to talk to them, call them, tell them I sent you. 674-3500. I want to remind you, Weller's in Bridgeville is open today. We're looking for some business, and we would like to sell you something today. Give them a call. It's 337-8228. Wall Service Center in Milford is also open today. Phone number there, 422-8110. And they will take care of you, even if you just want no more than a windshield wiper replaced, or you got a headlight or tail light out, or you just got a little noise, or you got an exhaust leak, or you got anything. You don't do tires,
Slack
but you
tire.
do brakes.
We can put air in the tire.
You put air in the tire and
get
you
you
rolling.
to the tire store.
Get you to the tire store. Been in business, 58. That'd be 55 years.
55 years.
55 years.
Yep.
So, and I guess every year you're in business, they'll raise the speed limit to match how long you've been in business.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So, who else have I missed? Anybody? Catch it live if you have an event that you would like us to stream. But the one thing we really want to emphasize is we are looking. Hey there, Frank. We are looking for people that may want to sponsor this show. It's a show we pay for. We buy this time from Delaware 1059. If you've ever bought radio, you know how affordable the advertising is. So give us a call, 337-7300. And I would love to talk to you about being a sponsor or being on the show. One more thing I really need to hit. My heating system at home has went bad. I am looking for a new heating and air conditioning system. If you are listening or know somebody that might want to swap it, I really would like to get a new system for my house, but I'd like to trade all of it or as much of it as I can for either advertising on our show or for a trailer or a generator or anything I sell, a shed, a carport, or whatever. So I need a new system for my house. Looking to swap and trade as much as I can. Give me a call, 337-7300. I guess the auction's getting ready to get started. I see a man carrying a pistol here today.
Right.
He is probably he's the hired security.
Oh, I thought he wanted the best deal he could get.
Yeah, and he's going to make sure he gets it. So, folks, please, get in your car. Come on out right now. We're at Roop's Automotive, right on the corner of Gordon Road and Route 13 South in downtown Harrington. Plenty of places to have lunch. There's also food right here on the premises. Please think about being on our show. Spread the word. WellerDoesDelmarva.com. You can go watch it later. Are we about done or not yet?
We're about done.
About done. Colin, thank you very much. Fran, thank you very much. Norm, thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, too. And we will be back next Saturday morning from 8 to 9. That's not a threat. That's a promise. See ya.